welcome back to my channel. I am Mama Moriah and thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And also press the notification bell so that you can be updated when I'm doing another video. All right, so today I created a practical guide for African American women who are moving to Africa and or abroad. So I'm going to give you about 7 or 8 pointers on to do, not to do when moving to Africa and or abroad from America. Let's get started. Sweating a lot ever since I've been working out, and I want to give a shout out to my favorite gym, Fitnix. I love it. It is my gym, and I have the greatest personal trainer there. Shout out to my personal trainer for helping me get right, honey. So, number one, you want to, the main thing that people worry about when moving abroad is how they're going to work. Number one, you want to secure the necessary certifications and or degrees in your field of work. Because it's not about how much money that you bring to Africa with you when you come. It's not about how much money you've saved to move to Africa. It's about, do you have reoccurring income? Do you have money coming in on a consistent basis that is going to be able to sustain you? Because we all know that the more you withdraw and the less you deposit, you're eventually going to be depleted, and then you're going to be in struggle survival mode. So it's better to prepare before you come, and everything that I'm telling you are things that I've did to be able to live successfully in Africa. It's important to make sure that you have secured the necessary degrees and certifications, is because you want, when you're moving abroad and let's say you work for yourself, then those degrees and certifications may be necessary. But if you're coming abroad to work for a company that is in the US, or you want in Africa or wherever, you're going to need those degrees and certifications to prove your educational experience and background. Ooh, I work at home online, and I had to provide those necessary certifications and degrees for the field that I'm in. I'm in the education field. So that's very, very important that you have those ahead of time. Now, if you don't want to go back and do a 4-year degree, there are several courses online that you can get free certifications. You can take a whole degree program. You can apply for a scholarship with that program, like Coursera. That's Coursera. They have a ton of programs that you can take those courses, because a lot of jobs these days, since COVID, um, if you can, like, there is an equivalent to a bachelor's degree and or a master's degree. So if you can take those courses and have the equivalent experience, then they will kind of overlook the fact that you don't have a bachelor's or master's degree from a notable accredited university. So yeah, like, you can go to Sophia Learning, you can take those courses. These are made in Africa, and they ship directly from Africa to any and all US states. I'm just wearing this little cute necklace to go with it. And I'm wearing my matching bracelets that go with these. These are so beautiful. They're handmade as well. And these are adjustable, so you can adjust them to fit however you want them to fit, small, medium, and or large. Now, this cuff is also, we have this available for sale. And the set typically comes together. You can get the bracelets, the necklace, the earrings. I also have I'm wearing a pair of matching sandals as well. So yeah, let's get into it. The number two, Save money. Most of the currency in South America and African countries, you're going to get double for your American dollar. Okay, so you want to save money. I cannot give you an exact figure on how much you should save, but I would say around $5,000 plus your a round trip ticket. In most countries that you visit, especially in Africa, they're going to want you to be able to show a round trip ticket because they're not expecting you to be able to stay there to move there. So typically, what you're going to do, you're going to save $5,000 plus the cost of a round trip ticket. Once you get into the country after about a week, you want to go ahead and cancel that return ticket, and that's just common sense. Okay, sorry. So depending on how long you want to stay and when you want to, so like for example, the currency in my country, for every US dollar I get, i'm going to give you I'm going to give you some examples. For every US dollar that I have, I get about $2.50. So that's a way for an American to understand it. But they don't use dollars in this nation, but they use to shillings. So for every $1 that I have, I'm gonna get 2.5 to shillings. So basically, in American terms, that's like $2.50. So so that's a little more than half. You know what I'm saying? That's half and then some. Okay. And that's typically how it is with most countries abroad. You're typically going to get double for your USD, some places triple. Okay. The currency rate is good when you're especially moving to Africa. I say you should save. Again, I can't give you exact figures because I don't know your lifestyle. Okay. But I would say if you work a weekly or you get paid bi weekly or weekly, you work a job, you get a paycheck stuff, I would say calculate how much they're taking out in taxes on your paycheck stub and save exactly that amount. However much they're taking out in taxes, medical, whatever, insurance, all of those categories, calculate them all together and save that amount per week or bi weekly. Again, depending on when you're planning on leaving and how well you want to live once you get to where you're going. I would also say number three, to get a full physical. You want to make sure that you know your health status when you're leaving the country. You need to get a CAT scan, MRI, blood work, any gynecologist test that you're going to need to run. If you're a woman, you need to make sure that you know exactly what condition your body is in when you leave the US, okay? For obvious reasons, okay? You also want to make sure that you have the mandatory shots for the country that you're going on. And you can find that information on the CDC website just by typing in the search column the country that you intend to visit. Yeah, and that's always important because you can see if there are any travel advisories or any things that you need to pay attention as far as safety is concerned. Okay, but you want to have the necessary shots. Number four, find a sensible place to live that is clean and safe and affordable or cheap. Okay, don't try to splurge your first year living abroad. You will only attract the wrong attention. Hold off on that, living like a king or a queen. Kind of try to hold off on that until you understand the place that you're living in. You don't want to deplete all of your money on rent without having a full understanding of the environment that you're living in. It's just not good managing. So try to find a place that is like this. It's affordable, it's clean, and it's safe. Okay, I pay $125 per month. My water is $20. My lights is about $25 a month. Actually, my water is like $6 a month. I'm sorry. My lights are $25 per month, and it's new. This house was new. I was the first person to live here. So it's available. You just gotta stay here long enough, stay abroad long enough to kind of learn and navigate the systems on how to find something that's affordable, because the goal is to move. The goal is to move. So you don't need to hit the ground running. You need to kind of lower your standards a little bit until you can learn the housing system, the housing market, and how the people in the community are operating. You jump off the plane and walk into a $700 to $1,000 a month rent. People in that community are going to know how much to know how much that place is costing, like I said, and you're going to be a target. Again, if you're moving to Africa or South America, you're moving to countries that have abject poverty, generations of poverty. So you can't not expect people to notice that. This is not America. People are going to notice that you can afford that, and it's just going to make you a target. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Right along, number 5. Try not to form any serious or sexual relationships in spite of loneliness, being homesick, or whatever changes that you might go through. You would use your time wisely to focus on yourself and to evolve into the new environment that you're living in. You want to detox yourself, journaling, meditation, prayer, exercise. You want to put your focus on beauty and fitness. Those should be your priorities, not a serious or sexual relationship. All right. And the reason why I say that is because you can easily fall victim to a romance scam. I know that loneliness is going to play a huge role when you're moving abroad, and you will be in a relationship with somebody that you do not even consent to, simply because they're helping you to integrate into the system. They may be helping you learn the language. They may be helping you to buy food. If you don't speak the language, you're going to need somebody to help you. Predominantly, I would suggest a man. But you may be in a relationship with him and you had no idea, you didn't even consent to it, but he's considering you in a relationship with him, which makes it easier for you to fall into all different type of scams. Girl, it's too much. So until you really know the people, you understand how things are operating and maneuvering, try to stay out of serious sexual relationships. So I had to take a break because Mariah was crying. So I brought him outside and I'm going to run him a nice bubble bath so that he can play and I can finish recording. He really enjoys it. I just put him in this little tub, honey. And he was like, oop, it's cold. But he really enjoys taking a bath outside. And so, yeah, trying not to form any serious relationships will give you the opportunity to work on yourself, to do introspection, to forgive yourself, and to grow in your relationship with God. Try to be patient. There's always something better ahead. Remember that. No matter how good a candidate or a man might look, just remember there's always something better and you can always do better. Okay? Number 6, use at least 3 to 6 months to follow the culture, the local news, the current events, the politicians, the leaders. Research, 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 research. Okay? And research the news that is current involving expats, tourists, and visitors. That's going to be important information for you. Okay? Learn the basics of the country. Learn how to say hello in the local language. Learn how to say thank you, goodbye. Learn just the basics. What is the country's favorite food? Okay? What are they known for? Try to just learn the basics so that you can integrate good, okay? Have the contact information as well as the US Embassy. Make sure you always have that contact information and let them know that you are in the country that you're in. A lot of people don't know that you are supposed to report to the United States Embassy that you are in that country. Just in case you have an emergency, they can help you. Okay, that is very important as well. Number 7, maintain self care, which ties into number 5. Maintain self care. Prioritize beauty and fitness and mental health. Make sure that if you are someone who has struggled with abuse and or addiction, try to sign up for counseling sessions online with a counselor that you can stay in connection with while you are abroad. Look for a counselor that is in the state that you reside in already, and see if you can get those services free or on a sliding scale or something like that. You want to maintain your connection with mental health uh, professionals. You're going to need that. If you struggle with addiction, abuse, any type of traumatizing events in your life, trust me, you're going to need that, because when the culture shock comes, you're going to need someone to keep you level and to help sustain you mentally. If you don't have that support system, you're going to reach out for other ways to get what you need mentally. Okay. And it could be a relationship, it could be an unhealthy relationship. Relationships are not bad. I just think that relationships are like milk. When it comes to man and woman, I believe that they are like milk. Within the right season and the right time frame, they can be healthy. But once it is expired or is outside the divine timing, it can become toxic. So make sure that you have a strong mental health professional circle. Also, if you want to connect with an online women's support group in America, um, that you can connect to, that will give you some sense of home and some sense of community while you're living abroad, that would be great as well. All right.